What's up, everybody? It's the Warrior of Light. It's early. I've woken up maybe like 2 hours before I normally do, just out of sheer excitement for this game, Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier. We got a new trailer, some new information, a couple things I've noticed, and I'm excited to share and talk about and discuss some theories. Whoops, that's my phone going off. A couple things I noticed watching this trailer we'll talk about, but I want you to pay attention to something in the timeline. And at the end of this whole thing, he says that this is more than a Battle Royale game. That it looks like just a typical, but there's more going on here. And I'm excited about that. I've been saying I think there might be some story, mission mode stuff, which is awesome. I played the beta. If you follow my channel or see some of my other stuff, I played the beta. It was a blast. I can't wait for this game to come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here, let's watch the trailer together. I'll point out a couple things that are very, very interesting.
では続きましてこちらをご覧ください。
Okay, 30 years. Sorry, gotta back up. 30 years before the events of FF7. This is important. Now, when they brought the Q&A, one of the questions that I asked was, is there going to be some kind of Sephiroth origin story? And I got, people made fun of me, saying like, oh, how could that be? Sephiroth was only like 27 at the time of the events of FF7, yada yada. Here's the thing. Canonically, from the producers and developers of the game, we don't know Sephiroth's age. That's just fan speculation. Could be right. But I'll admit 30 years is a stretch. I mean, if this is 30 years before the events of FF7, that would mean Sephiroth is in like his 40s or something during the events, which is, I mean, it's a little unlikely, I'll admit that. But pay attention to what they say next. This is 30 years before the events of FF7. Shinra began Project Zero as a means to develop the most elite fighting force ever known. Now look at this. Countless casualties and more than a decade later, their goal remained unrealized. So now we got 20 years before the events of FF7. A little bit more closer to that whole Sephiroth origin story being a thing. There we got Hojo. However, after 12 years, so that puts us at 18 years before the events of FF7, making it even more likely that there very, very well may be some kind of Sephiroth origin story going on. Now also look at this. This is interesting. When I played the beta test, there was really only one generic male-female character customization, and then you had skins you could purchase through Gil. Now, it looks like we got a lot more range going on in the customer characterization, so you can customize your avatar to make it look a little different, more like you or however you want to look, which is cool. And I like that. But there's some other new stuff. So the first soldiers emerged from the fray. That's some nice game footage here, just showing. This is all looking familiar to me. This is all stuff. Oh, this looks like a new. Well, that looked like a new area. So first up is Warrior class, and this is cool because that is the Warrior of Light skin right there. If you'll notice, the Warrior's wearing. So it looks like, they're going to come out with some new skins. This is something we didn't get to see in the beta. The Warrior of Light skin that I'm sure is going to be like available for in-app purchases and stuff, which I'm fine with. I don't care about the in-app purchases stuff. I've played FF11 and FF14 where I'm paying $15 a month to play, so this isn't a big deal to me. I think the game's going to be worth it. Sorcerers, another one we've seen. This is a new skin. The mage looking garb here, which looks amazing. Monk, new skin again. Looks cool. I will say Monk was probably like the least favorite job. I don't know, not a whole lot of people played Monk if they had an option because it didn't really have, its specialty was like buffing. It really was only useful in like a team setting, and you had to know what you were doing to make it effective. Ranger, and this is interesting. Let me try to, it's so blurry because there's so much going on, but this looks like Locke's gear. Stop moving, man. Yes, here we go. So this looks like Locke's gear from FF6. It's like a Locke skin. Locke is the name of the character if you're not familiar with FF6. So it looks like they're going to be adding, a lot of cool, they like to do this a lot of times with nostalgic FF related content, which it looks like they've put in here with some of the character skins that we get to try out. Now this one's new. This one was not in the beta, and so I'll be interested to play the ninja class. It has some interesting skins. Boom. So that was really cool. It's showing that they're doing more with this game than just what we saw in the beta, which the beta was already a lot. I mean, I played that a lot. Went through a lot of games on that one, so it's cool that they're adding some more in. Now, this little cutscene is very cool because I think it further confirms my theory that we're going to get some kind of Sephiroth origin story. Because tell me, who is this? Was that not Sephiroth? Look at this. Look at this. Who is this silver-haired dude wielding a sword beating up on these Shinra boys? I am just saying, this is 18 years before the events of FF7. Remember at the beginning of Crisis Core, as Zack was beginning to climb the ranks of soldier and the battle in the war in Wutai was ending, Sephiroth was already a hero at that point. You know, he was already whooping Genesis and Angeal at the same time. He was taking them both on at once, and he was already a soldier first class. How did he get there? I think this is going to show us there. The fact that Hojo was also in this trailer earlier on in one of the cutscenes, and the fact that we're getting cutscenes, I think this is more than just a battle royale thing. I think we're going to be getting some kind of Sephiroth origin story thing going on here, and I love it. I'm so excited for it. I hope this eventually comes out to PC, and I think as long as there's enough hype for this game and it makes enough money, I think it will come to PC. I think it will come to PlayStation, but they need to prove that it's something that's going to be profitable, and I think it is. I'm already in love with this game. I'm so ready to play. I got people in the real world that are ready to play it with me, like my brother-in-law and people from church, dude. Like, me and the boys are excited. We're ready to play this game already, and we just want to know. And I'm excited to play through some maybe story mission modes with, maybe we even get a chance to fight Sephiroth one-on-one. I don't know. This is all looking familiar. Ifrit, which I'm familiar with. I gotta summon him during the beta. But there's new summons. Look at that. So we got Shiva. And then in this cutscene we got Bahamut. Nice. So these cutscenes make me hopeful that there will be some story mission modes, because there it looked like we were taking on Bahamut, like as a team. It didn't look like it was, because I mean you could summon Ifrit during the PvP stuff in the beta test, but I'm thinking there will be some stuff where we're not just fighting PvP. It'll actually be, you know, either playing by ourselves or with our teammates, you know, with friends in the game, that we can take on different monsters and stuff with our avatars, which will be really cool. I love that. And if there's even something we can go through that's connected to some kind of Sephiroth origin story, I'm excited. Like, why else will there be cutscenes? In the last two trailers we've seen, they're showing Hojo, they're showing what I think might be a young Sephiroth. I'm excited. This game is going to be so much fun. And this guy even says, the trailer has a very battle royale-esque vibe, but there's so much more going on, which is cool. That makes me very hopeful for all this game could be. I would highly suggest you download this game. I mean, it's free to play. Download it, play for a couple minutes, check it out. Especially if you're an FF7 fan like I am, dude. That was the first game. It was the first Final Fantasy game I ever played in, like, I think it was like elementary school when I first got a chance to play FF7. And so that is always going to be my favorite Final Fantasy game. I don't think anything could ever change that. I'm hopeful for 16, but nothing's better than FF7 in my mind. Nobody could ever change that opinion of mine. But I've played them all, and a lot of people are turned off by the Battle Royale thing going on. I'm not a Battle Royale guy. I've never been interested in playing Fortnite or PUBG. I've seen people play it. I played Halo in college a little bit. I didn't own the game. It was just like my roommates were playing, and they're like, hey, come play with us. And I wasn't that interested in it, but I had fun. This game was so much fun. This game was actually a lot of fun, and a lot of classic Final Fantasy elements thrown in. We got magic, we got bombs, enemy types that are Final Fantasy-esque. The music was great. I mean, it's pulled straight from the FF7 remake. The job classes is very Final Fantasy related, and it was fun playing with other people too. The in-game comms that they had worked great. I've created a Discord in a Final Fantasy VII, the First Soldier Facebook group, just because in-game comms aren't always the best. So Discord would probably be best if I had like a dedicated team. But I'd be interested in playing with some of you if you hop on. I won't say what my in-game name is because I don't want anybody to steal it. But um, yeah, I'm ready. Thank you guys for watching, and definitely download this game, and hopefully I'll see you in it.